Hi, I'm Rocky, part of the growth team at Dialog CRM. And today we'll be looking at a short demo of our system. And as I show you the system, I will also talk about what makes Dialog different from other CRMs. See, we built Dialog specifically for venture and private equity teams. And that means we've got a CRM that doesn't simply manage your contacts and your pipeline, but all of your conversations across your entire lifecycle. And the way we enable that is through our workflows. Now you can see in front of you that we manage actually six different kinds of workflows today in Dialog, which will allow you to manage your deal flow, your fundraising pipelines, your relationships, your due diligence processes, and your post investment portfolio management as well. Today, in this demo, we'll be looking at a glimpse of some of these workflows, and I'll also be showing you how easy it is to use Dialog and to get data into the system using our email integration as well. So, first, let's look at our deal flow. So we want to make sure in your deal flow that you have a very nice Kanban overview of your pipeline, but also for you to be able to dive into any of these conversations and see the entire relationship history with each of these companies. Here you'll find your meeting notes, any state changes that have been made by you or your team, and you can always add notes on the go as well, really quickly from this view. If I go back to my Kanban, you'll see that here you'll also be able to view all of the pitch decks that have been submitted by these companies directly from this view. This would be really helpful if you're reviewing your pipeline on a Monday morning call, for example. Now, you've got to remember everything on this pipeline, all of these stages are completely customizable to your workflow. And to improve your workflow even further, in the list view, we've also added scorecards. So this will allow you to score the companies again based on factors that are completely customizable to your use case and then get an average score at the top. This will allow you to then filter by these companies and prioritize the ones that are scoring the highest. If I scroll to the right here, you'll see that a lot of data has been already inputted for these companies. Now, of course, you don't want to manually have to input this data, correct? Which would take a lot of time. So what we did is we partnered with Dealroom, which will allow you to automatically enrich company data into the system as soon as they're added. So all of this data is coming in automatically from Dealroom. And we chose to partner with Dealroom because we found that their database was the most expansive across the entire global network. Now, of course, all that is very good, but it's also equally important to be able to report on your pipeline and its performance. So we'll look at our dashboard here, where for a certain period, you can see very granularly, stage by stage, what activity has been done, what companies were there at the start of the period, which were there at the end of the period, etc. This will give you some very nice insights on your pipeline performance. Now, as an investment fund manager, we know how crucial it is to maintain relationships with your network. And a simple email wishing them a happy new year or inviting them to a conference can keep that relationship going. That is why we've also added hyper personalized email campaigns, which can be set up from your deal flow, from your relationships list, and will allow you to send emails in bulk to your list of contacts. You can also use this to reach out to the companies inside your deal flow and give them an update or request for information. And remember, you can personalize the first lines to each person you're reaching out to so that it doesn't seem like you're running an automated email campaign. So now let's look at some of the other workflows here. What's really powerful about Dialog and what differentiates it from other CRMs is that it allows you to manage post investment workflows as well. So let's say you've decided to invest in a company, we would create a workflow such as this, where you would be able to see all KPIs that you want for this portfolio company at the top. And you can see in a very nice thread view all the different kinds of conversations you're having regarding this investment. So any board meetings you're having, any future investment rounds you're helping them with. And it's really important here to remember that you might not only be talking to N27, which is your portfolio company in this example, you might be talking to other people about N27. And in this view, you can actually track those conversations as well. So it gives you a very nice summary of, hey, this is what's going on with my investment and all of the recent interactions that have taken place. You might think to yourself, where are these KPIs even coming from? Very good question. So I'll take you to the company page where a lot of this data will now consolidate. You'll see here all the contacts you know at this company and all the different workflows it's involved in. Here we also have a KPIs tab where you can record the KPIs for your portfolio companies by specific dates. Of course, you can add custom KPIs as well. And here you can import the KPIs from CSV files, or, and our clients really love this one, is that you can request KPIs from your portfolio companies. Let's say you want these three KPIs for the quarter, and you want to repeat this request every quarter to your contact. All you have to do is send them an email, and it will send them a link to a form which they just have to fill out on their end, and it will automatically populate on your CRM. By adding this functionality, we found that we were able to save a lot of time for investment managers who were having to go back and forth with their portfolio companies and track the KPIs that they had to report on. Now, let's look at one of the most powerful functionalities inside Dialog today, which is our email integration, which will allow you to get data into the system in a very smooth, seamless way and make your contact creation quite quick. So, here we are inside our email. You'll see that your inbox will basically be embedded into the system where you'll be able to now see all the contacts that exist here, uh, any users that exist. And if you want to add someone really quickly, you can simply go into that email, and with one click of a button, you'd be able to add that contact into the system. You will see that the emails will also be brought in as soon as you've added them. We've also got the opportunity to attach this email thread to any workflow it's related to. So let's say I was speaking to Madin here and he was an opportunity that I wanted to add into my deal flow. I can add this email thread to my deal flow, and with one click of a button, essentially it's created that deal for you and also brought in the emails that I've been having with them. So what that means is now I don't have to go into my pipeline and manually create these opportunities for myself. I can simply go into my email and bring these conversations in along with creating those opportunities at the same time. And what I've just shown you is the ability to choose which contacts get created in the system and which do not, which is through our create with validation functionality. Now, you can also choose to create automatically if you're comfortable with that. But what we found is that there's a lot of spam, there's a lot of marketing emails involved in that inbox that you don't want necessarily in your system. So this allows you to choose what goes in and have an extra layer of control over your data. The final thing I'll show you today is really what represents the use of Dialog in a very nice way, which is our search function. So at the core of Dialog, we wanted it to be easy to use, and we wanted you to be able to find the information you need really quickly and really easily. So our search actually works different from other CRMs. Usually, you're only able to find company names and contact names. But let's say you've met someone last week, but you've forgotten the name of the company. All you remember is that they worked in biotech. I can search for that term, and you'll see that it searches across all of the different modules in the system. It's a global search, and I can go into my activities, scroll down to my note, and I found my biotech startup. The purpose of this example is to show you that it can search inside notes, inside your emails, and even across tags that you've made for any companies. And it's really easy then to find information you need on the go. Now, of course, we're limited for time today. There's a lot of other things that I can show you, many of the other workflows, and many other exciting functionalities. But if I've caught your attention, then this would be a great opportunity to reach out to us, to the growth team here at Dialog, and we'll be happy to give you a more in depth demo for your fund. Thank you, and we'll speak to you soon.